Are you still sitting at your desk? You feel a light and pleasant breeze. You die. You expect to see a bright light. Maybe heaven, or at least a game over screen. But instead, you wake up inside an egg in Antarctica. The coldest place on Earth. Congratulations! You've been reincarnated as an emperor penguin. And the worst part, this isn't life on easy mode. This is hardcore difficulty. Right now, you're basically a tiny blob. Trapped inside an egg while your dad stands over you for months. No food, no sleep, barely moving. Just standing there in a blizzard strong enough to flip a car. Why? Because if your egg touches the ice for even a few seconds, you die. Imagine your entire existence depending on a tired bird standing perfectly still. And finally, you hatch. The first thing you feel, cold. The second thing, hunger. The third thing, you look incredibly stupid. You're a tiny fluffy gremlin surrounded by thousands of screaming penguin babies. And everyone here has the exact same goal. Try not to die today. Then suddenly, your dad leaves to find food. Which means you're basically on your own now. You spend most of your time huddled together with other chicks just to avoid turning into a living ice cube. Very quickly, you learn something important. Warmth isn't comfort here. It's survival. Step away from the group. Congratulations, you are now Antarctic ice cream. After what feels like forever. Your dad finally comes back, and he brought food. The food, however, is half-digested fish he throws directly out of his stomach. Disgusting, absolutely. Are you going to eat it like it's a 5-star meal? Without hesitation, you are way too hungry to have standards anymore. Weeks pass, you start getting bigger. And eventually, you decide it's time to try walking. There's just one small problem. You're a penguin. Walking for you looks like someone trying to control a body they rented 5 minutes ago. You slip constantly. You fall constantly. And you somehow lose fights against flat ground, but slowly, you improve, kind of. Then comes the big moment. Your first time entering the ocean. You walk toward the water carefully, jump in, and instantly feel like your entire body got punched by freezing knives. This water is unbelievably cold, but the cold isn't the scary part. The scary part is that literally everything in the ocean wants to eat you. Leopard seals, killer whales, giant birds. You are basically a chicken nugget with flippers. But then, you discover something incredible. You are an amazing swimmer. That awkward little body that made you look ridiculous on land suddenly turns into a living torpedo underwater. You're fast, smooth, efficient. For the first time in your life, you actually feel good at something. Then a leopard seal appears behind you at 25 miles per hour, and you immediately return to panicking. Months pass. You're bigger now, stronger, slightly less stupid, and you finally understand the rules of Antarctic life. If you stop moving, you freeze. If you don't eat, you starve. If you're not careful, something eats you. Simple system, really. After years of surviving, you finally become an adult emperor penguin. And now it's your turn to continue the cycle. Winter arrives. You march across endless ice with thousands of other penguins just to reach the breeding grounds. And this is where penguin romance begins, which mostly consists of weird noises, awkward waddling, and screaming into the wind. Somehow, it works. Eventually, your mate lays a single egg, just one. And suddenly you realize something horrifying. You become your father. Now it's your turn to stand in the freezing darkness for months protecting the egg. No food, no comfort, no movement, just pain and responsibility. And suddenly your dad's exhausted stare starts making a lot more sense. Then one day, you hear tiny sounds coming from the egg. It hatches. A small chick looks up at you with the same confused expression you once had. And that's when you realize the truth. Everything you went through is about to happen to him too. The cold, the hunger, the fear, the endless fight to survive, and so the cycle continues. That's life as an emperor penguin, a giant frozen struggle. That somehow works. Emperor penguins risk their lives every day just to keep the species alive. And you get angry when the Wi-Fi is slow. So maybe your life isn't that bad after all. If you enjoyed surviving Antarctica as a penguin, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share the video, because trust me, there are way worse animals to reincarnate as the end.